NPCs. Welcome to our actual play of Shadowrun 6th World, Emerald Glitch. I'm Bob, your GM, and tonight we begin the case of the Midas Talismonger. So, let's see, previously on Emerald Glitch, we've had, last time we had Stuffer Shack loss prevention, so there was some fun with Nova and the Stuffer Shack and hunting down old debts that somehow, or hunting down old debtors that apparently owed the Stuffer Shack money somehow. And before that, we had our runners were part of Billy Berzerker's security detail. But tonight, we check in with Violet, who's playing a Thursday night gig at Areola 51. Is this Violet's first evening gig in a while, or has she been playing evenings as a regular deal?
I would say that she might have been opening a couple of evenings, but this is probably her first, headlining evening premiere.
And so are you trying out some new material?
Oh, absolutely.
So what do you have?
So I have my underground sensation song of Honeymoon and Fireflies that I'm playing. And then I have a couple of other song titles floating around that I'm going to need either Bob's help or the chat's help to give me a number between 1 and 6 to pick which one.
Let's leave that to chat.
Yeah. So chat, tell me between 1 and 6, what is going to be my second attempt at an underground hit, because you never know what story the dice want to tell.
So the first number in is 5.
All right, so with number 5, Silver and Chrome, which might be a holiday song. Might be a song about a somebody who's cybered up. Hard to tell at this point.
It's a totally Shadowrun song.
That's right.
It's been countrified.
Right.
All right. So we can take another one. We go into... so Tech voted a 1, or Amber voted a 3.
So number 3 would be Lonely in Neon.
Lonely in Neon?
Yeah, Lonely inside Neon.
All right. Definitely potentially another cyberpunk genre country crossover.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Absolutely, the famed Bro Lives Christmas hit, Silver and Chrome.
I haven't heard that name in a long time. So it's at that point, you do see a familiar face in the crowd. Most of these people are sort of, they come and go. But there's an orc male, whom you know goes by the name Denny. And he's a fan. You've seen him at every set you've played the last few weeks. And you heard last week from Toil that Denny's only in when you're playing. So he's following your set schedule, apparently. So far, he's done his routine. He's got a pitcher of Soyweiser ice, and usually orders the wingless wings, eaten with a knife and fork. Tonight's a little different. He still has his pitcher of Soyweiser ice that's now about half empty, but he hasn't touched his food. The wingless wings are just sitting there. The silverware still wrapped in the napkin on the table. As you finish your underground hit, Honeymoon and Fireflies, he smiles, and you see a tear roll down his face. And as you go into the next song, you notice that smile fades as he checks his comm link, uh, which you've never seen him do during one of your sets. And as you're getting into your next song, he leaves that half full pitcher and walks out. So go ahead and make a performance check. All right. So you are happy to receive uh, all the cheers and the hoots and hollers uh, that the normal headliners get here. So you've done a pretty good job of stepping in for whoever didn't show up tonight.
Mm.
And so with that, we'll leave Violet and her set, and we'll check in with Nova. All right. Standing by.
Sitting by.
Meanwhile, at the Stuffer Shack, you're just arriving for your shift. You're on the overnight, and you walk in, and you hear some stuff going on in back, some things being moved about.
Okay. I'm probably half asleep and really upset. So I go back there very angry.
Okay. So you go back there very angry, and there is your nemesis, uh, Francois or Fezzle or Fred or whatever. You can't seem to remember his name for some reason. This is the guy who just slides right off your memory.
Fido, what are you doing back here?
I'm shelving the stock. The truck came like 2 hours late, and you see he's like throwing stock up. And I mean, as much as you can do a bad job at stocking shelves, he's doing it. So he's not doing any sort of fronting of the stock. He's just throwing stuff up there.
Are you even taking into account what you're throwing up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you put up there? What's come in?
Cereal, milk, which is not in the cooler.
How much of everything? That's not where milk goes. What are you doing? Are you trying to make this my problem, even though it was something that was supposed to get done on your shift?
I'm trying.
Trying to get on my nerves? Because that's what's happening.
Uh, all right, all right. He just sort of huffs and puffs and sort of goes to moving stuff around. He does get the soy milk in the cooler at least, and he's doing a better job at stocking the shelves, fronting the stock, and seems to be doing it faster than you think he probably was doing it before you came back.
Jesus, Phil, if you'd just done it this way from the beginning, you'd just be done and out of my way.
And you get the sense he's trying to correct you on the name, but the name just escapes you. It's like he said it's from.
It's what? What? What?
And he's Oh, forget about it. And he goes to the next box and opens it.
Didn't even remember it to begin with.
So he just keeps. He's still unpacking. It looks like he's got another hour or so of work before he leaves for the night.
Oh my god. Okay, so while he's like stalking, if he has like a bag of like soy chips or something like that, I like take a bag out and start eating it right in front of him while just staring him down as if he's like my evening like entertainment.
Yeah. So you pull and he goes to like it's like pulls the scanner around like he's going to scan it, but can't quite get to the barcode or the ARFID tag because well you're eating out of it. You got to pay for that.
Oh, yeah, I do. I do. You're right.
That's
I
what I was
probably
told.
should. You got any new yen on you?
What do I look like? Money bags?
Yeah, hand it over.
Go make an intimidation test.
Is it unskilled?
Oh, it's unskilled charisma then. Yes. So intimidation. Let me make sure I'm not getting the skill wrong. Influence. Thank you. Yes, it is. Wow, one of the many skills that got shoehorned into influence in 6th edition. So if you have that, you can roll it. Otherwise, we'll go with your 0 hits on unskilled charisma.
I have con. That's it.
Okay. He does.
He laughs at me. I punch him in the face.
Okay. Go ahead and make an unarmed strike test. You gain an edge.
My true intentions here, everybody.
Taking edge off of unsuspecting co-workers. Okay. And I need to roll. There it is. Ooh. Not nearly good enough. And there's. Okay, so you crack him across the jaw, and you hear bones pop as he sort of grabs his face and he's like bleeding. It's like, what's that?
Cool. While he's down on the ground, I fish around in his pockets for new yen.
He has 10 million on him.
Amazing. And then I lean over and say, "Do you still want me to pay for these?"
He's not even paying attention to you at this point. He's down on the ground. He's still like grabbing his face.
I just step over him.
Okay.
Step over him and go about my day. Hey, Francois, when you feel better, go ahead and sweep the floor while you're at it.
Okay, so after maybe 10 minutes or so, you're up front, sort of looking at you're finished your bag of soy chips. He sort of stumbles out. walks up to you behind the counter. And he reaches under and hits the panic button and goes to walk away.
Oh my god, you see, I have this thing called a stun baton, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use it on him.
Okay. He goes down like a sack of bricks.
Amazing. I tie him up.
And he's sort of twitching.
I tie him up and I wait for the cops to come. I just go ahead and lock him in the freezer.
My God.
They'll be there shortly. It's fine.
Yes, it takes a few minutes. But sure enough, a Lone Star patrol car rolls up. And a couple guys are they have guns drawn and they're running in. What's going on?
I am behind the counter reading a magazine and I wave it away and I go, yeah, I have an employee. He just started freaking out. I'm sure he took something. I don't know. I had to stun him out, but he went and hit the panic button. You guys got to take him away.
So why don't you make a contest now?
I told the truth about him hitting the panic button.
So, I mean, they're here. You're pretty sure. I mean, from prior experience working at Stuffer Shack, they're keen on taking anybody away once a panic button goes off because they have to fill out paperwork anyway. So they drag this guy off.
Thank you. You know, I pride myself on managing the store well, and I am disappointed that I've allowed him to just lose it. I should probably ask HR to reconsider making me Employee of the Month this month. And then I point at my plaque with my name listed for like 24 months in a row.
All right. So the cops leave with whatever the guy's name is in tow. And for the next couple of hours, things are pretty blissfully quiet. It's that dead of night sort of thing. So then we will go over to Curie. So what has Curie been doing? You've had, it's been probably a month since you were push to talk. Oh. Yeah. Send your mic down, Sarah. All right. All right. So some technical difficulties.
It's the joy of live internet.
Yep. And she's gone. Let's see if she can get back in. If not, we'll move on. Oh, there we go. Oh, we got you now.
Stupid Discord.
All right. So, as I was saying, it's been about a month since you were hired by the Billy Berzerker production. You've had that book for a while.
I'm finished, actually.
Ah. To remind our audience, do you recall the title of this book?
See if I was a good girl and put it in my notes. I think I wrote it down on a piece of paper that has since been had coffee spilled on it, and then. But let me see. Emerald. I did not write it down.
Okay, so there is an entry for it under the sequel trilogy. The book is called Felborn's Treatise.
Felborn's Treatise. Cool. It's in my notes now.
So you should have access to the handout for it.
Oh, okay. Let me go. And it's under
the
top?
sequel trilogy.
Okay.
It's most of the way down. So if you open up the sequel trilogy folder, there it is. Okay.
Okay. Excellent. Big beefy book. Yeah, so basically it's about the prediction that the Roman Empire would fall. But most of the text focuses on the preservation of knowledge that must be minimally necessary to allow civilization to survive and recover from an existential threat. So, like, philosophically interesting, but what does this have to do with anything? Is my follow-up question as I go to return the book to her.
So you go to return the book, and sure enough, let's see. So remember, there's the sort of outer office where there's a staff member there, and you see sort of in the inner office, you do see Dr. Winters.
Mm-hmm. I knock and go. I don't talk to the secretary. I just knock.
You just sort of do the I walk around you and go to the door.
Yeah, it's not even like mean. It's just unobservant and like focused in my. This is where I'm going.
For some reason, the receptionist doesn't put up any. Doesn't even say anything.
Okay.
Either you've been given a green light to go in, or or the receptionist may be there to stop random students and faculty from going in.
Excellent.
But you do knock on the door. Yes. Let's see. You gave her the name. Trying to remember what name you gave her.
Let me pull up my. I think I know. I think it was Alex.
Alex Kingery?
Yep.
Okay. Miss Kingery.
Hello.
So you've finished Felborn's Treatise, have you?
Yes. Was good to stretch my recollection of Latin.
Very good.
However, I'm a little confused on why such philosophy is relevant to our previous conversation.
Well, we were talking about insurance policies.
Right.
This is an early attempt at insurance policy.
I see.
The use of knowledge as insurance against a dying civilization.
I mean, best to catalog and archive the knowledge we have to pass on to whatever survivors are left, I suppose.
All right. Well, if you're finished, I'll take it back.
I hand it over.
I do have one more if you're interested.
Perhaps.
Or we can talk some more.
Perhaps that too. What is the book?
So she passes you a book, and it is. I'll show that one to everyone. It is also in Latin. This is bound in leather and just says prophecies on the title page by
I see.
Nostradamus.
Interesting. I've of course know the summary of this. However, I've never read it myself. Is this a part 2 to the book you've previously given me in terms of the story where?
More of a counterpoint.
I see.
This volume is interesting in that the widely known publication of the prophecies of Nostradamus was in French in 1555. This is perhaps the only original Latin, 1553.
She delicately takes it and almost reverently.
I offer this as counterpoint to the previous and a bit of discernment. Can you pull truth out of nonsense? Can you pull the true prophecies from the false?
So you've given me an ancient puzzle book.
Yes. It lacks the banality of Where's Waldo, but you may not think so by the time you've finished.
I have a feeling it will give me as many headaches as the those magic eye puzzles.
Yes, never been able to get those.
Anyway, so I'll read this and return. And in the meantime, I've been working on some astral combat abilities and the ability to heal injury done.
Ah, very good.
Yeah. I would like to focus the next bit on being able to defend myself or attack on the astral on a larger scale, but I seem to have mastered the ability to attack one target at a time. Anything you suggest I practice or look into?
She raises an eyebrow. You mean something along the lines of you've learned a single target monospell and you wish to learn the astral nuke spell, as it were.
That's a less delicate way to put it, yes.
Fair enough. Sometimes more than one astral entity attacks, and yeah, it's good to be able to deal with that.
Perhaps one of the things I would be interested in learning, as I get the time, of course, is to initiate into doing what I noticed you did on our first meeting. Oh, well, our previous meeting. I've been able to center my powers, but being able to mask them would be extremely helpful.
Masking is quite helpful in public. Indeed,
Yes.
I can assist with that.
And unfortunately, the people that I tend to travel with have been very, very public of late.
Ah, Well, I suppose there are always those.
All right. Anything else?
Enjoy the book. I look forward to hearing your impressions.
All right. She just turns and leaves.
Okay. All right, so we'll pick up. This will be the next morning. Okay. So we'll start with Violet. It's early Friday morning. Too early. The Seattle clouds aren't even lit yet. Your comlink buzzes. The early morning show, Get Up Seattle, has just started, so it's about 5 a.m. You're not even sure how that show got piped into your feed, unless they've changed their AR spam again.
Well, since I don't use any kind of AR spam filters, that's probably exactly what happened.
There was a message waiting.
I will check my message.
So the message says, from Denny. Subject, Dead Fans Switch. And the body of the message says, not many know I've come to see you play these last few weeks, but I was on the job and trying to keep a low profile. You're good. Anyway, if you're reading this message, I'm dead. I'm kind of in a hurry, and a large message might be traced, so I have to keep it brief. I've heard you do investigations on the side, and I hope you're as good at that as you are at music. I was a private investigator myself. I dare not name my quarry here, because it might make the message more traceable. I have some notes stashed at my office, and I hope it'll be enough. The message ends, but attached to the message are an address in West Seattle, near Puget Sound, and 5,000 new yen.
Did the message come through at 5 a.m. or was it there before?
Yeah, it came through at 5 a.m.
Okay.
5 a.m. on the dot.
Violet plays the message again to make sure that she heard that correctly, and then we'll sort of roll out of bed and start. Well, I guess I'm up now. And she'll send a message to the team and tries to send it with like a silent delivery, but instead does the opposite because she's not good with computers. That she has a job.
So you send it in message form and not calling people.
Well, yeah, she doesn't want to wake anybody up.
Okay.
Not intentionally.
So, Curie, you are awakened to perhaps the loudest country song you've heard in a while.
I wanted to make the joke that, yes, I am awakened.
That is dangerously close, ma'am.
I know.
She went puntastic.
I don't know if
Finally happened.
I don't know if it was a pun more than wordplay, but
It's the same thing.
no.
They're definitely cousins.
So we have the awakened person, and we have Nova. You're nearing the end of a long shift. This is, you started the shift with whatever the guy's name was. And at about right around 5 is when the manager comes in the manager's going to take over for the day shift, and says, "I got your application. You know, we're opening a new branch, and you'd be perfect to manage that branch. You've done such an amazing job." And he points to the many Employee of the Month accolades you've amassed.
Yeah, Greg, look at the time. I gotta go. Bye.
At that point, the loudest country song you've ever heard plays on your comm link.
I give him like a, and then I grab some caffeine and just take it straight up off the shelf in front of him and open it, drink it, and leave.
All right. He sort of shrugs. And you leave the store. The country song is still playing, by the way.
I check it, answer it.
So it's a message. So you're both seeing a message from Violet.
I let her know I'm on the way.
Same. I start looking up bus routes.
Here we go.
Is it time for an awkward bus ride?
How
All
far,
bus rides
how
are
far
awkward.
away?
All bus rides are awkward.
How far away is the meeting place?
Violet would have given her address because she's not sure what to expect from his office quite just yet.
Okay.
It is
So you
artist collective loft kind of area that it was clearly intended for something non-residential, but there are definitely there's weird paints all over the walls. There's weird sculptures that don't belong in a garden, definitely out in the garden, and they're little those foldy doors kind of sectioned off to make rooms. Very fancy.
Oh, the screens
Yeah, the folding screens.
that you've made makeshift cube farm out of.
Exactly. Yeah.
So an awkward bus ride later, and you have arrived at the this artist collective. It looks like.
I look around, kind of
There-
surprised not to see Fisher's van.
You do not see the van. You've seen no sign of Mr. Bell. And so you look up at this building, and there is one loft that's lit. Because it's like, by now, with the bus ride, it's probably 6:15.
I'll do my usual, and as the bus is pulling up, I leave my body for a second to go astrally perceive and make sure no hellhounds are going to jump me or anything, and then I'll get off the bus and go.
Sure, go ahead and make a sensing test.
You got it. Skills, astral. Oh, it's going to ask me follow-up questions.
Oh, by the way, you've been fully healed, and all of your edge has been refreshed.
I like that. 4 hits.
Okay. So no hellhounds ready to eat your face. You get a mellow vibe in astral space here.
That's interesting. All right. Yeah, I'm going to get off the bus and head inside.
All right. Yeah, so as you were able to zip through the building very briefly, And you do see that that Violet's waiting there, just sort of sitting there. I guess the Trid on in the background.
Is it? Where are the others?
So you guys have shown up now. The door. There's a knock at the door, and the two of them are there when you open the door.
The two of who?
So when Violet, when you open the door,
okay.
Nova and Curie are there.
Well, good morning, ladies. I know it is really early, and I do apologize. I hadn't heard from the boys, so I don't know what's going on there, but I got a weird message, and I was hoping that y'all could help me out.
You like see Curie's shoulders relax? Like all of a sudden she just seems like a little bit like more focused or attentive or open or something.
Yeah, the collective will do that to you. It if you are opposed to drugs, we'll just hang outside. I can't control what the rest of these folks are doing. That's all. But it's very relaxing in there. So if you ever need to come chill, I got you covered.
There are people doing drugs in there, and I just walk in.
Well, I mean, sure, I'll give y'all the tour. Come on. So this is our living space that we all share. Ron is supposed to take care of the blankets. He has not washed them yet. I would not touch those. And this over here is our little kitchen area and some pots that are not in great shape, but we do what we want. And then over here, this is all our spaces. So there's some studios over there. And this here is my room / studio. And I don't mind the plants in the back. I can't tend to keep any of them alive. I tried to make it green, but that didn't work out for me. So that's the whole tour. I know, it's very fancy.
This is amazing. I feel like every time Noah goes to like touch something, Violet's just like, I wouldn't touch that if I were you.
Can't guarantee how clean anything is.
Yep.
There may be all sorts of residues. So definitely take it at your own risk. I can't stop you. You are a grown person. But there is a recommendation that if you don't own it, maybe don't touch it because you don't know where you're in.
Incredible.
What do you need, Violet?
So there is a young man who came to watch a lot of my sets, and I sort of got used to seeing him. And I saw him last night when I was performing, and I got a message from him this morning that he's dead. But it was a message from him that he was dead, and that I should investigate why he's dead.
So I do have it as a handout now. I'll go ahead and show it to you. I meant to do that before the stream and hadn't. So,
Violet, do you care that he's dead, or?
I mean, he was a nice young man. He came to watch. He always got him a pitcher of Soywiser and those wingless. And I noticed because he used a fork and a knife to eat his wings, which is not really correct, but he, I don't know about troll culture if you just use forks and knives for things. And I'm not going to tell someone how to eat their food, but it stuck in my brain pan that I noticed him. Also, he's kind of a big feller, so you tend to notice those.
And he wants you to investigate his murder or take over his case, or what is this?
I think he just wanted me to look into it. He said he left 5,000 new yen, so can't pay y'all much, but I'll split it with you. And he was a private investigator, and he got an office near Puget Sound.
I'm willing.
Real concerned someone might be listening in. That's why I want y'all to come here first.
Yeah, I'm willing to help you, Violet, of course.
I seem to be weighing the odds of some things before I finally also agree.
Well, I'll buy y'all some soy calf when we can head out that direction.
Amazing.
My dog wants to play real bad, guys.
So since we are close to the 9 o'clock hour, this seems like a good place to take our first break. So we will we'll take a 5-minute break, and welcome back. Our runners have just been hired, apparently by a dead man or a dead fan.
All right. Let's go. Let's go check it out. How are we getting there? Should we call a cab?
So we can take the bus. I think it might be a bit of a ride, but I did just get this really cool ad on my AR for Rent a Rigger. I don't know anything about them, but their ads are really good. I should probably see if Fisher can help me turn on the spam filter because I don't know how to do that. But here's the information if we want to rent a rigger.
I don't want to pay for it.
Yes, that is also my reservation.
Do you get free buses?
I'm happy to pay for Johnny Cab, and I'll start calling one up on my.
Okay. Does anybody have a medium lifestyle?
I show you the bottom of my sneaker, Violet, and there's like a hole that's started to form.
Okay. Yeah, so you call a Johnny Cab. I forget if that's actually the name of it in Seattle.
I don't. It might even be made up. I don't know.
There is a grid cab.
Grid cab. We'll go with that.
Which is it's automated. You don't have to deal with a driver.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah, but it is called grid cab because you are limited to grid guide, and it's cheap enough. Let's see here. I just had that open. $0.25 per kilometer. So we'll call that lifestyle, with the understanding that it takes you longer to get places because you don't have your own vehicle, and there are places the grid cab will not go.
Okay. I mean, at least it'll get us close, if not. Hopefully.
Yes, but Billy says there for $5,000 you can buy a Dodge Scoot. Unfortunately, it carries the driver and only one passenger.
Nova's fit. Nova can just jog alongside.
Hey, do I need piloting skills to ride a bicycle, or is that athletics?
Under normal circumstances, there's no role required. It's when you try to do stunt stuff or combat stuff with it that you need piloting for it.
Amazing. I steal a bicycle.
There are definitely bicycles here.
One of Violet's roommates' bikes.
Hey, I'm just going to borrow this, and then I take it and I leave.
Well, she broke your rule, Violet. She touched something that wasn't hers.
You didn't even spray it down first.
It's not even a rule, really. I mean, just it's more of a heavy suggestion to not touch things that you don't know about.
Violet will grab a paintbrush with like a towel wrapped around the brush and do a very crude painting of a bike. with a V underneath it, where the bike was sitting.
Okay.
Just paint it on this on the cement
On the floor.
Yeah.
All right.
I leave the 10 new yen I stole from Francois earlier, and I put it down.
All right. And the other two of you just get a grid cab.
I guess so.
All right. So yeah, the grid cab will take you to this place, to this address. Grid cab pulls up to a 38-story office building, and there's all sorts of AR spam around.
Did he tell you?
So the address did include an office number. It is room 304.
Did he leave you a way to get inside? I assume it's locked.
I mean, he didn't give me a passcode or nothing, so I guess we'll figure it out when we get there. I
Right.
never had a job from a dead person before.
Even though we don't have a Decker, I'm still very positive about helping. I'm very pleased it's a girl's night. So this way.
So the three of you go into the building, and there's a reception desk, but there's no receptionist, and there's a bank of elevators behind. And there's this massive sort of, on both sides, there's this massive AR display with like where offices are.
Allow me to do my search, and then we can go up.
That's a great idea.
Is this office complex clean, dirty?
In the astral?
No, just in like looking around.
Just in general? Kind of middle. I mean, it's clean, but it's fairly well trafficked.
Okay, I'll lean on, instead of sitting on the ground, then I'll lean on Nova and go astral. It's like that lean that just collapses.
Yeah. So she sort of just leans, and then her whole body weight comes down her shoulder.
I do not do any. I just stand there, and then if she rolls off of me, that's sorry.
Oh, Nova. Oh, Nova.
Okay, so you take the knowledge of the room number and go up to the third floor and start looking around.
Yeah, I know I'm not going to know which direction because I can't read things from
Right.
The astral, but I just want to grid through that floor and make sure there's no spiritual who's-y what's-its.
Go ahead and make it a sensing test.
Okay. Two.
That's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
But it's enough. There's no place on the third floor that's warded.
Okay.
You do find there are a couple offices where there are watcher spirits hanging around. There's one that has with 2 hits. You do notice a plant spirit in one room, and you notice there is one office. There's sort of a 3-part office. There's like an outer office, an inner office, and there's a closet. And there's a guy sleeping. There's somebody sleeping in the closet that is just gray with a little bit of magic surrounding it.
Gray. So And definitely sleeping?
Subject is dead.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll go back to my body. Dead body in the closet.
So you regain consciousness and you are laying on the floor. And Nova's just standing there over you.
I still wake up like dead body in a closet, and then I realize I'm on the floor and kind of give Nova a look, but I won't say anything.
All right.
Well, I guess dead bodies can't really bother us, so we'll go see if that's Denny.
Yeah, I imagine it's your fan. No astral threats, though, on that floor.
So you did see in that office area on the windowsill there is a plant spirit.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that already.
It sort of slides off the mind, like
Yeah. Yeah. Plants, so not threatening.
Call this one Fern.
Yeah. All right. There is a spirit present, but could be it'd be released if it was his. So someone planted it there. I'm just gonna go.
Back in the day, in order for doctors to study anatomy and teach their students, they had to steal dead bodies for their studies. The theory goes that doctors would illegally hide illegally obtained corpses and skeletons in cupboards and closets. So,
you think someone's doing a study?
Could be Violet. And I pat her shoulder and hit the elevator button.
And the elevator doors open. It looks like the rest of the area. It's the rest of the building so far. It's it's not bright, shiny, and new, but it is relatively serviceable. So you get in, you punch 3, and you go up to 3, and you find the office. So you're outside a door. So Suite 304. And it is labeled Denton Investigations, Peter Denton, PI.
I try the door.
It is locked. There is a mag lock there.
Is there a mat or anything?
No, there's not like a welcome mat outside.
Well, I don't know where else to look for a key.
I don't know that in Shadowrun that this works, but I'm gonna try it because Kiri doesn't know decking either. Can I put a hand on the lock, the mag lock, because it's electronic, right?
Yeah, it's a card reader.
So I want to do that and cast lightning bolt into it and see if I can.
All right.
God, we are all getting electrocuted. I'm walking away.
Here we go. So go ahead and make that roll.
I'm walking away. I walked away.
You don't know what I'm doing.
Feet off the floor. Nothing.
6 hits.
Okay. And go ahead and roll your drain.
Okay.
Are you chanting in Latin to center?
Yes, I am. And I am going to. Here's what it says. I haven't looked up my lightning bolt spell. So let's see. I say Fulgar.
Okay. Let's see. So 6 hits. And it does, let's see, it's half magic plus net hits. And it's going to roll. Okay, so your lightning bolt sort of jumps from your fingers to the maglock, the card reader, and it sparks and it melts.
I think in my head that I either melted that lock into place or melted the lock, which broke it, and now I can push the door open. So I'm going to try it.
So you push, and it is still closed.
Damn it!
You tried the doorknob, and it is still locked.
Oh!
What is the door part made of?
So it's the standard sort of PI office door. So it's like that half. It's sort of faux wood with like a plexiglass sheet, and it's his like Denton Investigations is sort of stenciled on it.
Oh my god! I popped the glass.
Do you just put your fist through it, or are you trying to do this subtly?
Just put my fist through it. The dude's dead.
Okay.
You've been role playing with her for a while, man. Suddenly dead.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so fist through door or through plexiglass. It doesn't shatter. It does sort of pop off as one full sheet and then smacks onto the floor.
Look, we can pop it back in afterwards. This is great.
Well, that's much better. I was going to suggest punching the wall, but yours is much better.
I climbed through the window.
Okay.
I'm grumpy.
I want to roll athletics to see how well I climb through the window.
Hey, if you want to roll, you can roll. Okay. So yeah, you do a sort of tuck and roll, and you're on your feet.
If I rolled low, I wanted to say that I like kind of leaned over through the opening and then like head first slid down.
I mean, you could do that if you want, but you rolled high enough that you don't accidentally do it.
Nah, floor's pretty good. I'm a professional.
So what you see in here, it's an outer office. Like there would be if this were like a more professional office, there'd be a receptionist out here. But there's a desk here, but it's completely clean. And there's a similar door without a maglock that apparently leads to an inner office that just says private. And it is sort of ajar.
Oh my god, I used my foot and I toe it open.
Okay. So as you toe it open, it does there's some resistance as it sort of scrapes along some paperwork and assorted other stuff. This inner office is completely ransacked. There are papers and assorted stuff strewn about the room. There are actual file cabinets that have been pulled open and the contents just sort of splayed onto the floor. And you do see, so there's a window, and there is a. Go ahead and make a perception test. Okay. So you do see there's a closet. That door is closed. That's a full length faux wood door. And there's a potted plant on the windowsill. The pot appears to be sort of dried dirt, but the plant is fully alive, and it's overgrown the pot.
We're still outside, right? Me and Violet?
You're still standing out in the hallway.
Okay.
Hey Violet, someone really messed up your boyfriend's office.
I didn't say nothing now about a boyfriend.
Well, I can't call him boyfriend anymore. He's not around.
Well, that's a very complicated thing to think about right now. Can we come inside? Is it safe?
Yeah, you can come inside. It's just dirty. How can he not be your boyfriend? You studied the fact that he like ate with a fork and knife for his wings.
He sat up front and was always. I'm very perceptive.
Can I reach in and open the door from?
Yes, you certainly can do
Thank
that.
you.
There's some resistance because apparently the lock has been melted in place, but you're able to.
You know what?
you'll
Don't
pull
sass
it.
me.
But you were able to like pull the door handle and open the door.
Okay. All right. I'll walk in and go to look at the plant.
Okay.
I want to talk to it. It's a spirit, right?
That's what you sensed it before.
All right. So I'm just going to walk up to the plant and be like, I'm going to switch my vision to astral so I can see if its aura gets pissed off or anything, but gets mad. And then, yeah.
So, good. So, let's see. You had already sensed it too. So,
I didn't do aura reading.
you can go and do an aura reading.
5 hits.
Okay. It is a small plant spirit. It is a plant spirit, Force 2. It appears to be getting madder as you approach it. And then it sort of hisses out. So this, and you hear this, Nova, as this potted plant sort of hisses out at Curie. This is my windowsill.
You can have it.
Dude, no one wants your windowsill.
I know you want my windowsill. There's lots of sun.
All I want is to know what happened inside here, and then we can go and leave you in your windowsill alone.
No, nothing happened here.
Really? There's no dead body in the closet?
Point it reaches for you. So I'll ask you, Curie, to make a reaction plus intuition test.
Cool.
Oh, Chad.
Reaction is 1. Intuition is 3, so I got 4 hits.
All right. So you can just go and roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is this plant about to fight you?
Apparently, I rolled an 11.
Just you?
So far.
So far. So you do get to react. You get the sense it is about to take a swipe at you.
I'm gonna, and it's manifested, right? Because it's on the sill.
Yeah, it is materialized, and in fact, Nova, you see this plant, this potted plant, sort of reach out tendrils, vines from the potted plant, reaching toward Curie.
All right. So what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna do an ice spear
Okay.
through it. Hopefully I don't kill it because I want to be like one last chance to tell me what I need to know, or you're never going to be enjoying the sunlight again. So,
While
Ice Spear.
while this plant is distracted by her, can I just walk up behind it and push it off the ledge of this windowsill?
The window's not open.
Like
What
into
if you
the
like push it through the window?
No, I wanted to like just knock it off the sill onto
Oh, onto the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative. And we'll add you to the... Ooh. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. Half magic and net hits. Okay, so the ice spear sort of goes through the pot and starts. You start seeing frost creep up the tendrils.
I say my threat.
Okay. Nova, go ahead and make a. We'll just have you make an agility test.
Hey, do I get an edge for using agility?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. So Nova plays the role of a cat here and just walks up and shoves the potted plant off the windowsill. The potted plant sort of shatters, and as it shatters, it sort of vaporizes as it dematerializes.
I turn and look at Nova and be like, seriously?
I have no words. I didn't expect it to just disappear.
Just like a cat.
I'm gonna go get the dead body.
So where are you going?
Go to the closet to where the dead body is.
So you go to the closet, open the door, and there you see there's a golden orc male. So this is a golden statue, life size, wearing where you see the tank top. He's covered in a blanket, and he's holding a Browning Ultra Power, and the laser sight is pointing not quite at the door, but sort of off to the side toward the end of what appears to be a bed. So this is a room that's been sort of makeshift converted into a bedroom. It's sort of frozen there as a golden statue.
Did you say that Danny was a troll or an orc?
Orc.
Oh, I had troll in my notes. Sorry.
Hey, Violet.
So in fact, I have a picture of poor Denny. There we go.
Hey, Violet. I found out where all the magic happens for this guy, but you should come look at this.
I didn't know he could do magic. And I will go over and see what Nova has discovered.
All right, so you step into the office and make your way to the sort of side closet from the inner office. And sure enough, there is a sort of the closet's been converted into a makeshift bedroom. And there is poor Denny, solidified into a golden statue, pointing his Browning Ultra Power, which is not gold, by the way. So the pistol is not gold, and the clothes are not gold, but Denny is.
Well, he didn't look like that last time I saw him.
So weird. Who would keep a gold statue of himself in his room? It sounds like a waste of money. Hey, Curie, didn't you say there was a body in here?
Yeah, that's it.
This is it?
Yes. I look at it again in Astral to make sure that, like, this was a person.
So you don't see the living aura anymore, but there is definitely really what you're seeing is sort of dead aura buried in magic.
Definitely a dead person surrounded by magic, so he's been turned to gold.
Violet's gonna pick up something off the floor, like some notepad or some sort of office supply, because she doesn't want to poke him with her finger in case it's contagious.
Go ahead and make a perception test. Yeah, so you're going to pick up something, and you do notice that there is a guitar laying on the floor. It's the same brand of guitar that you play. It's a lower, sort of the entry model of that brand. It has sort of been scratched and dented, and you sort of see where it might have been hung on the wall at some point. And you pick it up.
And I'm gonna turn it around and poke him with the head of the guitar.
Okay. So you're sort of holding the larger end and poking him with the neck, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you hold the guitar in this sort of awkward way and sort of poke him, you hear dunk, dunk, dunk.
I think
You're hitting a metal. It's then that you see in the guitar, you see there's something like inside the guitar cavity that's sort of taped to the underside, taped to the inside of it.
Well, that's definitely not supposed to be there. And I'll fish it out.
Okay. So you fish it out. So there is a attached to this strip of tape are a data chip and a silver cred stick.
I think this is our payment, ladies.
I'll slot it in my burner comm link that I have just to check it and make sure.
Yep. So it has 10,000 new yen on it.
10,000.
Oh, he said 5 in his message. So, can you look at the data chip?
If anybody has any computer skills, why don't you roll that?
I have electronics.
Yeah, electronics. Thank you. Okay. You know just enough, and you've dealt with enough new yen transactions that you know. So she said 5,000 new yen was sent to her. That's about the largest that you could send without it being tracked somehow.
So much fear of tracking.
I share that information, and then I say, looks like we get 5,000 new yen each, ladies.
Well, that's awful nice.
Hold on.
Denny just keeps on giving, huh?
Was he a good tipper at the club?
Well, I don't know. We could ask.
What about the data chip?
So you slot the data chip, and it's a collection of files that as you sort of read through them, you get the sense that this is an investigation file that Denny had been investigating something for a name that is familiar to you. I wonder if I have a picture. I do have a picture. Oh, did I use the wrong picture for him? Oh, that's a shame. So the name. And the name of the client is Marin Quazanique. The name sounds familiar.
To all of us?
Yes, because Curie, your spirit, killed him when you guys took possession. When you guys raided his collection.
Yeah, the obsessed guy.
The obsessed guy with the stone hand with a living aura.
Oh no.
But this guy apparently is a collector. And according to the file, Denny has been running an investigation for a couple of months. When a couple of months ago, a gilded rose was stolen from Marin's collection. And as part of the data file, there's some pictures. So there's a picture of from the collection, and then there's a picture of a fresh rose that apparently, I guess by the time the picture was taken, it wilted. But apparently a fresh rose was switched for the gilded rose. Denny was paid in advance for the investigation, but it come up empty until about a week ago when he stumbled onto a Talismonger shop in Snohomish.
Who's the Talismonger?
So the Talismonger is called, the shop is called Mary's Farm, or Mari's Farm. And it's in Snohomish. There are pictures of the inside of the shop that look to be pictures taken at night under minimal lighting. And it's basically it's a tiny shop that's filled with plants, like you would have like you'd have a fruit stand at the side of the road would be filled with fruit. This place is filled with plants. And there's a little side office with a desk and a little terminal. And then there's in that office, there's a little workshop where there appears to be, in the pictures, you see alchemical supplies.
Hmm.
And then as part of this file, there is also a log from a comm call that he got last night from the Talismonger. And the Talismonger's name comes up in the message traffic, Ishioka Mari. This person hung up immediately, but the call log is there. And you think there might be some metadata if only you had a Decker. Or if you can roll particularly well on an electronics test.
Shall I roll my 3 die, ladies?
Well, that's 3 more than me.
Yep.
You got all this tasty edge you've been amassing.
Can I use leadership to inspire her?
Yeah, you can use leadership. Actually, let me check something out. I need to see that. Yes, you can use leadership as a teamwork test. What is your skill? So Nova, your electronic skill is rank 1. Is that right?
Yep.
So you'll be able to get up to 1 hit from this. So instead of 3 dice, you'll be rolling 4.
Nova, you got this. You are the best Lady Decker that I know.
Oh, that's 3 hits altogether.
All right. Who needs a Decker?
It's ladies' night.
So there is the standard metadata that gets compiled with any comm traffic in the call log. Things like the number it came from, the number they were calling, and as part of that metadata, you're also able to uncover that Denny was broadcasting his SIN and his PI license. So as part of that call, the ID, the SIN, and the PI license would have gone out when he answered the call. Peter Denton, PI.
Mm.
Well, I share with the group.
Do you think they thought it was someone else? When was that call, Bob?
By the timing, it would have been the call that he picked up during your set.
Is the name Ishioka Mari, is that familiar at all?
You can make a. Ooh, do you have Seattle area knowledge?
No, I just got here.
Yeah, if you just got here, it's probably not a name that's obvious to you.
Okay.
Let me see what other knowledge skills you might bring to bear.
Got Aries, runner bars, history, English, Latin, ancient Greek, quasi-resonant precognition.
No. No, you've never heard the name.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds vaguely Japanese.
Yeah. What do you make of this, Violet?
Did it look like he was working for Marin or investigating Marin?
So by the pictures he took of Mari's farm, It looks like, I mean, these pictures are pretty clearly, you break in the middle of the night and take photos. This is straight up surveillance.
Okay. So it looks like he was working for Quasinique?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think that we killed his client. But I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about magic. I know a little bit. Curie, you know anything about this rose?
It's just a photo, right? It's
Yeah,
all the info we have.
There are two photos. One is of a gold gilded rose, and the other is of a regular fresh rose that is slightly wilted.
So, and is the timestamp on the two? Is one come before the other?
Yeah, the gilded rose is a much older photo.
So I don't.
So the sense that you get from this is that the gilded rose was part of Quasinique's collection,
Mm-hmm.
and it was switched out for a fresh rose.
So all right. So someone stole this. Theoretically, someone stole this gilded rose and left this one in its place. However, how one makes something into gold, considering the super fan we had before, that hand we saw that we didn't touch.
Present company didn't touch.
I'm playing in character where I don't know that Mr. Bell is a son of a. So we don't. I don't know what's become of that hand that we left there, but that would be my guess as to how he got solidified into gold. But I don't know the significance of this rose being stolen other than for the value, and then who did it and who left the wilted one in its place. Perhaps the same person that left that spirit there. I saw its aura. Theoretically, maybe I could identify the mage if I ever ran into them based on the aura of the spirit, but there was nothing familiar about it, right?
Nothing familiar about it. Except, since you did identify the signature on the spirit, it does look like the same. Whoever the spirit summoner is probably responsible for the golden fan, as it were.
Yeah. So I guess if we track down who has the hand, we track down the killer, but that doesn't help us solve whatever he was investigating.
So you also notice that based on the files that you're looking at in the data chip, the gilded rose went missing 2 months ago. You have seen the white hand more recently than 2 months ago. That was probably only about maybe 3 weeks ago.
Well, it's possible that, yes, but it's possible that the super fan that we eliminated used the hand to turn this rose into gold for whatever reason, or the previous owner could have as well, since we don't know how long he had the hand. But
Nova, you know lots of stuff about Mr. Berzerker and his illustrious film career. Did he ever deal with stone hands or gold roses or anything like that? Any very special episodes?
I'm gonna roll a memory test.
Sure. Yeah, you do remember there's one very special episode of The Billy Show way back in the day where the villainous mage was wearing a brooch that was wearing essentially a gilded rose as a brooch. And it was something that Billy's friend called a power focus.
Curie, what do you know about power focuses?
Yes, please.
Gilded rose could be one?
We should find this rose.
And with that, we've reached the 10 o'clock hour.
I want a new toy. Well, if we're going to take our 10-minute break.
And welcome back. We are still at Denny's office as our investigators / runners figure out what they want to do next.
Bob, you make it sound like we should have made more progress.
No?
So, how do we track down this rose? Like, is that what he wants? Us to finish his job, or are we supposed to avenge his death? I'm confused about our mission.
All he said was that there would be notes that he would leave and hope that we can make sense out of it.
So let's search his office and see if anything else can be found.
Perception roll.
Sure.
Oh. I'll stand here and look at this picture of this power focus.
Yeah, it's now the artifact everybody wants. Nova, you are quite certain that you have found what needs to be found. And you are also kind of convinced that the cred stick and the data chip were meant for Violet, with the implication that maybe she could help solve this case.
Everyone, there comes a time where there's two wolves inside you. And you have to decide which one to listen to.
I wince, waiting for the wolf fact to come up.
Okay, I decided to tell the truth. All right. Yeah, I think we've done what we can here. I think that he's trying to say that Violet can have the rest of this money if she can figure out what's... I don't know. I just wanted to say it was all over with and that we take this money and leave and call it a day.
Well, it looked like he was investigating that plant person. So maybe we go over there, or
Let's start to this Talismonger. That's a lead.
yeah, that's the plant person, isn't it?
Is that the same person?
Yeah. So the Talismonger shop is that's the place you have photos of that's full of plants.
Well, then let's go, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe
So you-
we should bring a windowsill as a peace offering.
No.
That was a joke. I was joking.
That's how it always begins. Pretty soon you're talking in puns.
Nope.
Keep sending those puns in, everyone.
Nope.
We'll wear it in.
I'll take my stolen bicycle.
Okay. So for the record, as I reach for my copy of Emerald City, and I look for how long it's going to take you to travel the entire sort of north-south route.
Oh, get out. No, it's going to take me 10 days. I take the
Yeah.
bus.
So apparently a grid car or a grid cab is called. Yeah, grid cab.
Yes, I would call it grid cap. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, so it's rated for maybe 30 minutes by car. So it would have taken you probably a couple of hours to ride it.
We'll get one that has the bike rack so you can take it with you.
I
Also,
just-
I don't know I can replace that bag.
Vivian.
I just had a image of us driving away in the cab waving at Nova on the bike.
I would definitely road surf and just grab onto the side mirror.
Nice. All right, so you call grid cab.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Did Amber cut out for anyone else?
If I decided to just grip the side of the grid cab while on this bicycle, what would I have to roll to survive?
For 30 minutes?
For 30 minutes. I'm strong.
We'll do an athletics test.
And hope the GM is feeling much more considerate than I would be in
How
this
does Brian
situation.
feel?
So probably about halfway up, because the grid cab is driving at highway speed.
I'm going to use edge to roll my failures.
Oh my god.
So are you spending 4 edge to reroll your failures? Okay.
The rest of this episode will feature Kiri and Violet while Nova recovers in the hospital.
That's 10 hits, everyone.
That's nice.
10 hits.
That's nice.
So are you
See-
rolling engineering also to relube every part that gets
don't do
melted
this
off?
to me, Tom, stop.
So you do arrive in Snohomish. You are in one piece. The tires on the bike, however, are not in rideable condition anymore. But you have successfully road surfed from downtown to Snohomish.
And I didn't have to pay for that cab.
I was paying for it.
I didn't know if you'd bill me later.
Ridiculous.
While we are riding in the cab, well, some of us are riding in the cab, I would like to try and look up Mari's farm on social media.
Sure. Let's see. Do you have a social media knowledge skill?
I do. I have social media and the Horizon Hip system.
Okay. So go ahead and take an edge for that.
Since I don't have a computer skill.
Unskilled intuition.
Intuition? All right.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good, considering it was 4 dice.
Yes, two hits on 4 dice is pretty good. Yeah, so you recall from your last visit to Snohomish that it's the farm community, and Snohomish is dominated by 2 agribusinesses, Aqua Arcana and Ingersoll Berkeley. Aqua Arcana produces a lot of the aquatic stuff like krill. Ingersoll Berkeley is as close as you can get to the actual soy plant, what it looks like before it comes out of your dispenser. And what you find is that a lot of Murray's Farm's business is with Aqua Arcana. So in all these social media pictures that people are taking, there frequently is a truck emblazoned with Aqua Arcana parked out front. And the sense you get is that Aqua Arcana is Mari's biggest customer.
And I will share that information.
Do we know anything about Aqua Arcana?
Mostly what I've said. They're one of the 2 big agribusinesses.
But like, are they part of any kind of, like, a subsidiary of any kind of megacorp? Anything in the news about how shady they are, or?
Not really. They're sort of on their own out there, but they are. I forget who they're owned by offhand, but there are rumors, especially with a name like Aqua Arcana. There's got to be mages,
Right.
and so, I mean, using magic to enhance the growth of plants, what have you. That's the rumor that you know of.
Yeah. I mean, lucrative.
Better living through magic.
We thought GMOs were problematic.
Just wait till you get the Shadim infested corn.
Oh no! Kip's concerned. He just looked at me very concerned.
Mm-hmm. So you then arrive at a little shop, sort of on the side of the road. It's maybe a step up from the roadside stand, and there's a sign outside that says Mari's Farm. And it is currently closed. Geez, what time is it? It's probably something like, I don't know, 10 in the morning by now.
A plant shop or a talisman. I mean, I guess they don't have to be 9 to 5.
Yeah, it's listed as open from noon to 6.
Okay.
And you don't see any signs of anybody there.
Well, since we're early, I'm going to go ahead and flip to Astral Vision, see if there's any plants outside the store or any spirits that are hovering.
There is not. So as you sort of examine the area, you do sense that maybe the inside there's more life, more magic.
Yeah.
The outside is just sort of blah, sort of a cleared area. You do see with your normal vision, the building's been repainted recently, and the windows are fairly new.
So do you guys see this? There's been trouble here. I think windows broken. They've been replaced. Paint tells me what? blood splatter to cover up damage of some type.
Was there anything in their social media feed about renovation?
Yeah, there was. There was some. There were some posts about renovation or upgrading the facade, is what they called it. They did not. They did not indicate why.
What was the date on the post?
Maybe a month ago.
Well, here it looks like about a month ago is when they did the fixing. I mean, I wouldn't say why neither, even if it was just an innocent thing, but
Do you suppose we wait and have a civilized conversation when the store is open, or should we investigate now? By which there are spirits inside, and she's going to know that we were here either way.
well, I think if she's going to know, then we might as well wait. Is there anything else around here?
You see up the road there are some fruit stands. Maybe a quarter mile, and then a little bit beyond that, there's a sort of enters a small sort of suburban area where there's like a town square. There's like a cafe. Out there, you don't see a stuffer shack anywhere around.
We might have to check one of them fruit stands, see if anybody remembers seeing anything.
Violet, why don't you work your magic and have some conversations?
Okay, if that's okay with y'all.
Please do.
So you wander up the road to so there's a fruit stand. And there's an older couple there, both human, who are selling fruit. You see a car drive up once in a while, and people get out, buy fruit, and drive off. And the old man pipes up. Well, howdy there.
Well, hi, how y'all doing?
I'm doing fine. How y'all doing?
We're doing good. We're
Beautiful day.
Yeah, it is surprisingly sunny for the time of year.
You look like a cantaloupe person. Introduce you some cantaloupe.
I don't know if I'm a cantaloupe person or not. I mean, you're the expert, so I'm gonna take your word for it. My friends and I are looking at the flower shop over yonder, and was wondering.
Oh yeah, Mari's down there.
Yeah, do you know anything about it? We're not from these parts. I don't know if you can tell or not. And but a friend of ours sent us out and a recommendation, and we got here a little bit early before we came out. So, can you tell us some more about the flower shop down there?
Make an influence test.
Mm.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot of ones.
It is a lot of ones.
That is dangerously close to a glitch.
Yeah, I got 2 ed for social tests during my first meeting with anyone for freshman.
Okay.
So I would like to spend those 2 and 2 more to re-roll all my failures.
Okay.
All right, which one of the?
So the plus.
The plus.
Hey, folks, while she's rolling that, little tip, Shadowrun 6 tip from Teslon here. A GM can give a player bad luck so that their twos count with an expenditure of edge. So that's always the option if it betters the story for people to do that. That's in Shadowrun 6. That's it.
I can just twist the knife into my players.
Sounds real powerful.
Sounds like a good way to make sure you don't have friends.
Wow.
There's no friends in GMing.
That's true. So I couldn't get the little button. Total of 8 successes now instead of 4.
Okay. Oh yeah. She excuse me. She skedaddled out of here real early this morning.
Is everything okay? Is that not normal?
I mean, she didn't stop by or nothing, but I mean, she's been hassled quite a bit lately by the humanist people.
I don't like that.
I mean, she's and he sort of looks around and she's a troll, and I mean, those guys, terrible. I mean, they went by about a month ago and dang near burned the place down. But they found out the hard way. They was messing with the wrong person.
Oh yeah, I love hearing stories about them humanists getting their comeuppance.
Oh man, she had this flower, this sort of brooch that she was wearing, and I saw light gather around it, and like 3 of them went down. Just lights out.
Well, that does sound like a lucky break.
I mean, there was another break-in, and he sort of leans in real close. I mean, there was another break-in a couple nights ago. I called the star, but I mean, we're out here in the middle of nowhere, and they didn't get here in time to catch him. But there was a guy, I mean, I didn't get a good look at him. I mean, he looked kind of a big guy. Not like troll big, but kind of a big guy. I think he like picked the lock on the door and snuck inside. He was in there for maybe 10 minutes or so. I don't know what he did in there, but he came out and walked away. He was long gone by the time the cops got there.
Well, I hate that y'all are having to deal with stuff like that.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a nice neighborhood. I mean, he looks around. It's like, I mean, this isn't like downtown.
Well, no, y'all got way more trees.
We got trees everywhere. She's got a real nice plant collection in there too. I don't think she moved any out. Once she opens, I mean, I don't know if she's going to open today. It seemed like she was in a hurry to get out of here. But maybe you come back tomorrow and you can see the plant collection.
Well, we definitely want to see the plant collection. That's why our friend, we come out here.
She's got a real green thumb.
Yeah, I do not have a real green thumb. That is a special kind of magic.
He leans in close again. Don't say that too loud around here. I mean, people make their living off of planting stuff.
Well, that's why I come to buy things, because I can't plant it. So I buy what other people are planting.
So about these cantaloupes.
Well, yeah.
He
Now,
shoves like a couple into your hands.
yeah, I take these cantaloupes and take some for my friends too.
Oh, that's great. That'll be 10 new yen. And he like pops a couple more cantaloupes into your arms.
So, armful of
You want,
cantaloupes.
you want a bag for that?
That might be a good idea.
Yeah, let me get you a bag for that. And he goes and he's sort of gauging. He pulls out like the soy paper sack and loads up your cantaloupes, and it's struggling to hold the cantaloupes, but it does the job.
And I will slide over 25. Let me say, and I appreciate your time. I know chit chatting.
Oh, you need some more cantaloupes for that. And he like turns to go get another bag.
I just start to leave.
Okay. So you're gone by the time he gets back.
Yeah. I got cantaloupes. I don't know how to eat them. Do y'all know what these are?
Yeah, I think I know what to do. I take out my survival knife.
Stab.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah,
stab.
I mean, you've heard, you've never seen it, but you've heard that you got to cut these things open. And I mean, what you see, I mean, what you've seen before is like the prepackaged sliced stuff that you get in the stuffer shack. The stuff that's probably gone stale by the time it gets to you, or that wasn't ripe when it got cut.
Ew, it's all just crusty and dry.
So you slice this one open, and it is perfectly ripe. And the smell hits your nose.
And I will share with them
Okay.
what I learned while talking to the very nice farmer.
Bob, how do I find out if I get sick or not from eating this?
In the too much information department, eating real food where you used to just soy stuffers. We'll have you make a.
Wait, okay. So what I would do is I would lick it to see if it was like good. Do I think it tastes good?
It does taste good.
All right, then I eat it, and then I'd like to roll for composure, I guess.
Go to make a body test.
Okay.
it's
It tells the story.
it's not a glitch, but no successes. You can't get a bite of this down. This is, I mean, it tastes good, but it's like it's so much different. It's like it's wet. It's
You know,
it's different than the dry stuff you're used to at the stuffer shack. You can't get it down.
you know, ladies, this is what you do with it, and then I just chuck it. I throw it. I throw one half away. Just whoosh, shock put it.
Okay.
So you cut it open and then you throw it?
Yep, that's all it's good for.
It's very sticky.
Yep.
Yeah, you do as you cut it open, you do get some of the juices all over you, and it's very sticky.
You just throw it on your enemies.
I'd like to eat mine, and then wipe my hands on my very white but very dirty lab coat.
Okay.
Do I need to make a roll to see if I can stomach
Sure.
it?
Hey, Curie, can I use your lab coat too?
Are we poisoning ourselves on fresh
This is so awesome.
This is so dumb. we can defeat bad guys and we can't eat a piece of fruit.
you might not have ever seen. I mean, you've heard of cantaloupe. You've heard it's like some sort of a delicacy, and it's slimy and it's wet. I mean, it's. Do things live in this thing?
This is gross. I mean, like,
And you have to cut through like an outer shell with a knife.
maybe you just lick it because it tastes good, but maybe you're not supposed to bite it.
Well, I like Nova's plan. I mean, if you cut it open and then they get hit with something heavy, and so that seems like a pretty smart move there. I mean, he only charged me 10 new yen for it, so I assume that it is weapons grade fruit.
Oh my lord.
You know, I don't know why we do this. Like, we know what food is, and we know, like, you're supposed to eat it, but we act like we're aliens every single time and just...
This is all you, Amber. You had to ask.
This is your fault. But yeah, frankly, from a realistic standpoint, yeah, you might never have had actual, like, real fruit. Aside from whatever you see in the stuffer shack, whatever you grab off the shelf.
Whatever's been prepackaged.
So with that fun thought in mind, as our three investigators stand outside Mari's farm, debating what to do with fresh cantaloupe, we will take our last break. We'll take a 5-minute break while we tally up the final results from the hashtag RemPC.
Yeah. So hashtag RemPC to enter to win the Shadowrun novels in PDF. There's 2 of them by Brian C.P. Steele, who we interviewed before this show. He's a writer for Shadowrun, among a lot of other properties. And the 2 novels are called Control Issues and Tourist Trapped. And so you can enter to win for free, hashtag RemPC. You can also go to remalternus.com/nuyen to get extra entries for $5. And also have us read something at the end of the show. So, but we'll be back in 5 minutes for y'all.
Welcome to the 6th world, Shadowrun. Edge Zone. New visuals. Enhanced design. Choose your runner. Collect your Nuyen. Buy the latest cyberware, bioware, gear, magic options, and weaponry. Accept your mission. Fight to survive. Unleash your power. Slow down the competition. Come out on top. Edge Zone. The Shadowrun upgradable card game. Now you make the power plays.
spells.
Well, she's just spell like 92 times. Spell, 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 spell,
Ready to level up your cosplay game? Check out the Geek Forge on Etsy. With a variety of props to give your photos that extra spark, you'll find just what you need. Hold magical fire in the palm of your hand, or take a potion to restore your mana. With a large variety of colors, you can choose your own magical flavor for your cosplay. Bring drama to your photo shoots with these vibrant props and more, all available at the Geek Forge. Are you ready to level up your cosplay?
You're live.
Hey,
Welcome back.
we're back. Go ahead, Bob.
I think we have winners for tonight.
Yeah, we do. And our winner is Petricorian. Yay! Congratulations. Please watch your Twitch whispers, your Twitch chat, and we'll get your info so we can send you the novels. Congrats. Yay! What else do we have to do? There was no puns to read tonight, thankfully. But why don't we do our quick intros?
Not so fast.
Oh no, what just happened? What
A
happened?
lovely viewer has asked for Jen to read something.
And I will use my normal voice to get all pronunciations correct. Last week included International Talk Like a Pirate Day. Do you know why the pirate alphabet is so long? You'd think it was all the R, but it's actually the...
Did she break up for anyone?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Right
Works
at the
for me.
punchline.
A perfect delivery!
But it's actually
You'd think it was all the R, but it's actually the 7 C's.
I had to hear it twice.
Yep.
I don't like that.
I liked it.
Well, thank you,
do our
Petricorian.
round table.
Yeah, let's do that. So Jen, why don't we start with you?
Hi, I'm Jen. I am the owner of the Geek Forge, which has a really cool that y'all.
You're breaking up again, friend.
Well, that's annoying. I am Jen, and I am the owner of the Geek Forge, which is a really cool commercial that y'all have been seeing. We do fire props and other cosplay-related things, and we will be launching very soon a digital cosplay planner to help with your upcoming Halloween costumes. So come join us on Facebook and Instagram, and be on the lookout for that.
Awesome.
I'm
Amber?
assuming I go next. Yeah, I'm Amber. I got to model in Jen's little Geek Forge commercial. I'm holding a fire prop. Let's see, what else? What have I got going on? Not too much on my end. what does everyone plan on being for Halloween? That's a really good thing. I plan on being Russell from Up.
Oh my gosh, I love it! You win.
Thanks. I've been working really hard on it. I just need to go get a bunch of balloons.
Oh. I don't even know that we have planned for Halloween yet. I kind of just looked at the calendar and was like, oh, it is September. So I do not know.
Well, you've
Jen.
got some time, and maybe Jen, when does your cosplay calendar come out?
Next weekend, it should be ready to be released.
Cool.
Well, maybe you can get a cosplay planner and help you plan out your costume until Halloween comes.
I love it. Awesome. Jen, what are you going to be for Halloween?
I will probably be lame and not be anything for Halloween because I have to fly out Monday morning for day job things.
Yeah. Bob?
Yes. So I'm
Are you doing Halloween?
I have no plans for Halloween so far.
Fair enough. Tell us about you, Bob.
So I'm Bob. In addition to GMing this game, I GM the Chicago Missions campaign on Tuesday nights over on Master of Rem. We're taking a couple of weeks off, but we're deep in the middle of season 7 of Chicago Missions.
Yeah. And I'm Rem. We launched the Shadowrun Kickstarter this week. We've got the Gelatinous Cube Soap Kickstarter. We're relaunching the Nocturne by Night Kickstarter in a couple of weeks, which is the villains supplement for Blood and Justice setting of Prowlers and Paragons. What else is happening? Gosh, I feel like I've done so much. We do audiobooks for Shadowrun. We are here on Gen Con TV. We stream 5 to 6 days a week. So we do a lot. Hang out with us in Discord and come play with us. We do streamathons once a year and fundraisers, and we just are a really great community. So come hang out with us. And gosh, anything else happening that I'm missing? Hey, Tom. Tom's great. Tom makes us all look good. He's the one that keeps pushing the beep boop buttons with the cool banners and making commercials happen. And he's also a GM.
And giving wonderful advice on how to GM.
Worst advice. But on Monday nights, he runs Paranormal Albany on the Master of Rem Twitch channel, which is the Dresden Files RPG. Well, powered by the Apocalypse, but in the Dresden Files universe. And
Cortex Plus, actually, to give credit where credit's due.
It's Cortex. I don't know where. Oh, it's because Streamathon I did powered by the Apocalypse. I don't know. It's late. I'm tired. On Wednesday, he also runs Shadowrun 6th edition Denver, which is a living campaign. So that's really cool. And yeah, so come hang out with us, guys. And thank you all for watching. Did I get everything? Okay.
I think so.
You got everything.
It's really close to bedtime, guys.
Yes. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Have a good one.
Good night, sweet dreams.